You've spent your entire life trying to be the person everyone can count on. You're the first one in, the last one to leave, and the one who never says no. You were told that this is how you build a legacy. You were told that being useful is the ultimate path to being valued. But let's be honest for a second. Deep down you feel it. You feel that despite everything you do, you're becoming more invisible every single day. The more you give, the less they see you. You've become like the oxygen in the room. Absolutely necessary, but completely ignored until it's gone. The truth is, society doesn't reward the useful man with respect. It rewards him with more work, more expectations, and eventually, a cold replacement the moment he burns out. You aren't building a life, you're building a cage out of other people's needs. If you died tomorrow, your job would be posted before your obituary, and your friends would find someone else to fill the gap. It's time to stop being a tool in a machine that doesn't belong to you. It's time to understand the dark psychology of utility and why your obsession with being helpful is exactly what's destroying your worth. Block 2. The psychology of the tool. Think about the tools in your garage. You have a hammer, a screwdriver, maybe a wrench. You only think about them when you have a problem to solve. The moment the nail is driven into the wall, you throw the hammer back into a dark box and forget it exists. You don't respect the hammer. You don't admire it. You just use it. This is exactly what happens when you build your entire identity around being useful. You are conditioning the people around you, your boss, your partner, your family, to see you as an object of convenience rather than a human being of substance. When you are always available, your value drops to zero. Why? Because human psychology is wired to ignore abundance and crave scarcity. We don't value what is always there. We value what is hard to get. By being the man who solves everyone's problems, you've made yourself the most abundant and therefore the most depreciated resource in their lives. You've traded your mystery for chores. You've traded your soul for a thank you that feels more like a receipt than a gesture of gratitude. The most painful part is that you've done this to yourself. You thought you were being a hero, but you were actually just training people to treat you like a doormat. And the more you absorb their stress and their labor, the more they lose the ability to see your humanity. To them, you aren't a man with dreams, fears, and exhaustion. You are just a function that can and will be upgraded or replaced the moment a more efficient version comes along. Deep down, there is a reason why you keep doing this. It's not just because you're a good person. It's because you are addicted to the crumbs of validation. Every time you solve a problem for someone who didn't deserve your time, and they give you that quick, half-hearted, "I don't know what I'd do without you," your brain gets a hit of dopamine. You feel seen for a fraction of a second. But look at the price of that dopamine. You are trading hours of your life, buckets of your energy, and the quiet of your mind for a sentence that people say out of habit, not heart. This is the validation trap. You've mistaken being needed for being loved. When someone needs you, they are looking at what you can do. When someone loves or respects you, they are looking at who you are. By focusing entirely on your utility, you have effectively hidden your true self. You've created a version of you that is a high-performing servant, and you're terrified that if you stop serving, you'll realize that nobody actually knows the man underneath the labor. This is why you're exhausted. It's not the work itself, it's the weight of the mask. It's the constant fear that your value is tied to your output. You are living in a self-imposed prison where the bars are made of favors and the warden is your own need to be seen as the reliable one. But here is the cold truth. If your value is based on what you provide, you are not a person to them, you are a subscription service. And as soon as the price becomes too high or the service falters, they will cancel you. Every time you say yes to a task that isn't yours, you are saying no to your own future. Your ambition is a finite resource. You only have so much focus, so much creative fire, and so many hours in a day. When you become the fixer for everyone else's lives, You are essentially allowing them to siphon off your greatness to fuel their mediocrity. Think about the projects you've put on hold, the skills you wanted to learn, the physical transformation you promised yourself. Why haven't they happened? It's because you gave that energy away to a boss who doesn't care about your growth, or a social circle that only calls you when they need a favor. You are burning your own house down just to keep others warm. This isn't kindness. It's a form of self-sabotage. By making yourself so available to solve small, insignificant problems for other people, you avoid the terrifying responsibility of solving your own big problems. It's easier to be the reliable guy at a job you hate than it is to be the ambitious man who risks everything to build something of his own. You've convinced yourself that you're being selfless, but the truth is scarier. You're being a coward. You are hiding behind your utility because it feels safe, but safe is where dreams go to die. Every hour you spend perfecting someone else's vision is an hour stolen from the man you are supposed to become. You are trading your potential for a comfortable seat in a burning building, and you're proud of yourself for being the only one holding a fire extinguisher. The hardest part of stopping this cycle isn't the work itself. It's the crushing fear of what people will think when you finally say no. You've spent years building a reputation as the nice guy, the reliable one, the useful tool. And you're terrified that if you drop the act, people will stop liking you. And here is the brutal truth, you're right. Some people will stop liking you. The people who were only there for what you could provide will vanish the moment you stop providing it. They will call you selfish. They will say you've changed. They will try to guilt trip you back into your cage of utility. But I want you to look closely at those people. Were they ever your friends? Did they ever respect the man? Or did they just enjoy the service? Losing these people isn't a tragedy, it's a cleaning process. It's the sound of the dead weight falling off your life. You have to be willing to be the villain in someone else's story to become the hero in your own. Respect is not something you negotiate by being helpful. Respect is a byproduct of boundaries. If you have no boundaries, you have no identity. And if you have no identity, you are just a blank space that other people fill with their own agendas. You must develop the courage to be disliked, because only then will you be free to be respected for who you actually are, not for what you can do for others. In the world of economics, value is determined by supply and demand. If something is everywhere, it costs nothing. If something is rare, people will fight to obtain it. Why should your life be any different? By being the man who is always available, always answering the phone on the first ring, and always solving problems for free, you have flooded the market with yourself. You have made your presence so common that it has lost all its premium. You aren't a diamond, you are a handful of sand. The law of scarcity states that people only appreciate what they might lose. If they know you will always be there, they have no reason to value you today. They can put you on a shelf and deal with you whenever it's convenient for them. This is why you feel like an afterthought, because you've given them the luxury of taking you for granted. To regain your worth, you must learn to disappear. You must become comfortable with the silence of a phone that isn't ringing, because you stopped being the fixer. You need to withdraw your energy from the world and reinvest it into yourself. When you start saying, "I'm busy," and actually mean it, not because you're doing chores for others, but because you're working on your own soul, the world starts to look at you differently. They begin to realize that your time has a price. And for the first time, they will start to wonder how they can earn it, rather than just how they can use it. When you finally stop being the person who fixes everyone else, something terrifying happens. The room goes quiet. The phone stops buzzing. The constant stream of, "Can you help me with this?" dries up. And for the first time in years, you are left alone with the one person you've been avoiding, yourself. This is the moment of truth. Most men can't handle this silence. They feel a sense of guilt, as if they are doing something wrong by not being productive for someone else. They feel like a ghost in their own life. But this ghost phase is where your actual life begins. This is the period of reinvestment. The energy you were bleeding out into 1,000 different directions must now be funneled into a single, sharp point: your own development. You aren't being selfish, you are being strategic. You are taking the raw materials of your life back from the people who were wasting them. Think of it like a business that was going bankrupt because it was giving away its product for free. You've stopped the handouts. Now, you have to improve the product. This means deep work. This means physical training. This means confronting the mental health issues you've been masking with busyness. You're no longer a public utility. You are a private enterprise, and every hour you spend in this silence, building your skills and your mind, is an hour that increases your future market value. You are learning to be a man of substance, not just a man of service. As you start to pull back, the world will push back. It's a law of nature. People who are used to your unlimited availability will treat your new boundaries as a personal attack. They will use every tool in their arsenal: guilt, anger, and passive aggression. They'll say things like, "You've changed," or "I thought I could count on you." What they are actually saying is, "How dare you stop being convenient for me?" This is the ultimate test of your new character. If you fold now, you will be seen as even weaker than before. You will have shown them that your boundaries are just a temporary tantrum that can be broken with a little pressure. But if you hold the line, something remarkable happens. After the initial anger fades, a new emotion takes its place in their minds: respect. You are resetting the terms of every relationship in your life. You are training people on how to treat the new version of you. It's a brutal process of pruning the dead branches. The people who truly value you will stay and adapt to the new rules. They will wait for your time because they know it's worth waiting for. The others, the leeches, the users, the energy vampires, will drift away to find a new victim. Let them go. Your life is no longer a charity, it's a fortress. And every time you hold your ground against their demands, you are laying another brick in the wall that protects your peace and your potential. The journey from being a tool to being a master is not about becoming cold or heartless. It's about becoming intentional. When you stop being useful in the traditional sense, you finally gain the power to be truly impactful. A man who is everywhere is nowhere, but a man who chooses where to place his energy, a man who gives because he wants to, not because he's afraid to say no, that man carries a weight that can shift the world. You are no longer reacting to life, you are dictating its terms. Imagine waking up and knowing that your day belongs to you. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing someone who isn't exhausted by other people's expectations, but energized by his own vision. This is the master of self. You have replaced the hollow satisfaction of being needed with the solid foundation of being respected. You will find that as you become less useful to the mediocre, you become more attractive to the exceptional. High-value people don't look for servants, they look for equals. By raising your price and guarding your time, you are finally signaling to the world that you are a person of consequence. You have moved from the periphery of other people's stories to the absolute center of your own. The machine didn't break when you left it. It just realized it never owned you. And for the first time in your life, you are finally, truly free. The path is open now. You can go back to being convenient, or you can start being real. The choice has always been yours. You just forgot you had it. If this resonated with you, it's because you've been a tool for too long. It's time to build your own empire. Stay focused, stay scarce, and for once, stay for yourself. I'll see you in the next one.